正しい見方、メニコンのコンタクトレンズから。
金なんて紙切れじゃねえか。しかしまあ現在の日本ではね、動産の不動産化と不動産の動産化、この2つの矛盾した方向を一本に持っていく、これがワンルームシステムのマンション経営なんだ。
ワンルームシステムで資産を生かすスカイコートのマンション経営。
スカイコート、
手堅くやらねばいけませんぞ。
元気です。日興証券。
セブンイレブン府中浅間町店です。今年も皆様のお越しをお待ちしております。よろしくお願いします。
百人一首有段者の長谷川さんと幸太郎さんの昔話カルタでもってそのどっちが勝つか、これが問題になっておりましてですね、もうあと2枚長谷川さん取ると勝ちという大変なこの状況になっております。はい、さあ後ろ見てくださいよ。後ろ冷たいもんだね。冷たいもんだ。
NHK はじめ各民放の協力を得てついに実現。月光仮面、力道山、仮面ライダーとあの子供たちのヒーローが、バス通り裏、3匹の侍、俺たちの旅とあの感動のドラマが今よみがえる懐かしがりっぱなしの90分。今夜7時半からの土曜トップスペシャル、決定版あのスターマル秘あの場面、ご期待ください。
龍角散の有効成分サポニンは痰を切り、その結果咳を鎮めます。
サポニンか。
サポニンの効き目、5本といえば龍角散。
僕1年生になったら学習する目と科学する目を持ちたいです。
君の目は光っている。
学研の学習科学入学お祝い特集。咲きました。
スクーター美人鈴木蘭、セル付き79,000円。
今あなたにとって一番大切なのは風邪を治すことよ。
効きますパブロンゴールド塩化リゾチーム配合。
風邪の季節の思いやり。
わしのマークのパブロンゴールド。
羽ばたけサラエボへ。フィス公認国際ジャンプ大会2連戦、15日札幌オリンピック記念、16日 STB カップの模様をお送りします。放送時間はご覧の通りです。
1枚のチラシを読む、じーっと読む、いい気もつかずに裏まで読んでしまう。うちを探すとなればやっぱりこのくらいは、もっともうちょっともっともっともっともっと。
All right, we're live. This is going to be a fun one, I think. This is going to be a fun one. So, in case you didn't pick it up from the description of the video, we are making chicken tenders. And like I like to do when I make chicken tenders, I'm using actual chicken tenderloins. So we're not going to be using just sliced chicken breasts and call them tenders. No. We're making real tenders here. Can't hear the BGM. Let me get that on. Maybe a little loud. Okay, how's that? All right. So we're going to do 7 different coatings for the tenders. First, for the base, I'm going to have my standard flour base with my secret ingredients, which aren't very well kept secrets, but you know, you'll see them a lot if you watch this channel a lot. You'll see Montreal steak seasoning, which goes on just about frickin' everything. I love it. And then paprika. So those will go in the flour, and that will dredge the tenders in the flour. And then in beaten egg, and then in one of these. So what do we have here? First, we're going to have kind of like our base, like normal control, our control sample. That's the word I was looking for. We're going to use plain breadcrumbs. I will also often use panko, but I don't have panko right now. I just have the plain breadcrumbs. So we'll do that. So no seasoning on these. It's just breadcrumbs. Cornmeal. I put it as, I think I screwed up and I put it as cornflour in the like description and stuff. But is there a difference between cornflour and cornmeal? I'm guessing cornflour would be more finely ground, but this is cornmeal. You know, it's pretty coarsely ground. Not much of it here, but if I run out, I have some more. And same thing with this. I got sesame seeds. If I run out, I'll have some more. I think that will be plenty though. Oatmeal. I have here cornflakes, and I'll go into more topic of. I'll talk more about why that's off screen in a little bit. But I have cornflakes. We're going to crush them up. And then I have two secret ingredients, 1 and 2. And one of them is the one that's in the thumbnail that's like mosaiced out, censored, you know, just for a little bit of teasing. That's this one. This one is just completely out of left field. I didn't even know if I was going to do 7 of them. But, you know, I was just kind of like making a last sweep in my kitchen, making sure I had everything, you know, to move over here, the streaming area. I saw this and I was like, ooh. So we have a 7th ingredient. So we're going to do 7 tenders. And I'm probably going to end up eating them all like the fat ass that I am. Unless like one of these just turns out like really gross or something like that. Anyway, let's get started. We'll make the flour base. We'll just take some normal white flour here. I'll like spread it out here. Yeah, we'll start with like preparing all the coatings. I have a bunch of like, you know, shallow containers like this that we'll put them in. I need a bit more than that, I think. Bit more. Come on. How's that? Is that gonna be enough for 7? You know what? Let's go a bit more. Let's go more. Rather too much than too little. You know, rather have to throw some out than have to stop stream in the middle and re-prepare more freaking flour mixture. Whoop. Got it all over the place. That's fine. What else is new? Okay. So put this aside. I got secret ingredient A, and I think I forgot to bring over a fork. I'll grab that in a minute. Anyway, so we'll actually open this side. Get a whole bunch of that in there. And that's probably plenty. And then do the same with the pap. Okay, let me get my fork and we'll mix that up. Where did I put it? It's always at least one thing. Always at least one thing I forget to grab when I do this. Okay. So let's stir this up, and if I need to, I eyeballed all of this, right? But I feel like if I need to add more of something, you know, to get the proportions right in the flour, I'll be able to see it. I think this is pretty good. Actually, maybe touch more of each, because there's some areas where I'm not really seeing it, right? Okay, we'll do a touch more. All right, let's mix that in, see where that gets us. That's probably good, huh? I think that's good. You can see there's kind of a, I won't say pinkish, but like not white tone to the flour throughout now. You might be able to see it. The camera's so crappy. But I think that's good. I think that'll do. Okay. Okay, so I'll set that aside over here. Now I'm gonna get my Tupperware-ish containers here. It's actually, I like the bigger, wider, shallower ones. So let's start with those. We'll get some panko in here. Or no, this is just regular breadcrumbs, excuse me. Not quite, the regular breadcrumbs are like more fine than the panko. Panko is a little more roughly ground. Would you say that breadcrumbs are ground? I don't know. Well, kind of ground, right? It seemed like the ground. Anyway, I wonder if we could actually just like double up on, just use one container for two. Let's see if we can get away with that. It's not like I have to worry about cross-contaminating them at all. Just, I guess flavor-wise I kind of do, but you know what? Screw it. I have enough of these. I don't really need to worry about it. So we'll go ahead and just dump all of this corn flour in here, or excuse me, corn. What is this called? I just said what this is called. Not corn flour, corn meal. Corn meal. I'm an idiot. Okay. These deeper ones actually do work kind of nice because they're smaller. Okay. I'll just go ahead and use up all of these sesame seeds, I think. We'll dump them out in here. That's probably good. Okay. Oatmeal. For oatmeal, I'll use one of these. That out. Okay. There we go. Oh. That's plenty. That's plenty. Oh, they got all over. Ah, jeez, they're spilling all over the place. Okay, that's probably good enough. Of course, if I need to add more of any of this, I can, right? Okay. Next, the cereal. Cornflakes. So, these are my cornflakes. This is a massive box. Look at this. Look at this. 1 pound, 2 ounces. Now, why did I get such a massive box? Because this was the cheapest that they had available. Like, they had cheaper ones. They had smaller ones. But they were name brands, so they weren't cheaper. Or they had the frosted cornflakes. I didn't want to get the frosted cornflakes for this, right? Like, does this even has... Okay, this does have milled corn, sugar, salt, molasses. So it is still sweetened, but it's not frosted. Which kind of surprised me. I was expecting it to not be sweetened, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I don't really eat breakfast cereal. I haven't since I was like since I like moved out by myself. Oh, this camera moved. Let me move it there. Okay. Since I like moved out by myself and realized that I don't have to eat quote unquote breakfast foods for breakfast, right? So I mean, I eat it sometimes, but like not regularly. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get a bag here. I have some turkey bags. Put some of this in here, and we'll crush it up. If I can do this without spilling it all over the place. So like, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with the rest of this corn, with the rest of these cornflakes, right? Should I just get some milk and have them regularly, or let's see, is that gonna be enough? You know, I'm not really worried about wasting any of this stuff because it's relatively cheap, and like I said, it might go to waste anyway. So let's just pour in a little bit more. That's probably plenty. Okay. Please post your comments about how I didn't fold the cereal bag correctly in the comment section below. Alright, so I will kind of like loosely... See, what's the best way to do this? I guess kind of like this. Oh yeah. This is now an ASMR channel. I am crushing up there. You can see. Let's do a little bit more. Okay. Now I am obligated to make ASMR channel money, right? You think the AI bots are gonna get in on the ASMR channel grift? Like it's just gonna be like AI generated ASMR noises or something? Actually, it looks like less than I thought it would be. You know, you crunch it all up and then not as much empty space, I guess. So, okay, we'll dump this in here. Okay. Okay, now secret ingredient number 1. This is the one that was in the thumbnail for the video, and it is pretzel sticks. I think that might be an interesting taste as a coating. You know, they're a bit salty, and you know, they just taste like pretzels, right? So I'm gonna use this same bag. We'll dump some pretzels in here. So I did like read up on like what are some unusual coatings for chicken, for fried chicken. And I didn't see pretzels mentioned, but I did see like potato chips and like crackers and that sort of thing. And I didn't think potato chips would be good. That doesn't. They're like really. They're already fried for one. They're also like really thin. You know. But just like thinking of things that would work along those lines. See, I'm afraid that these things are going to be like sharp and cut the bag open and stuff. But I think they're going to be okay. I did bring this, which I can kind of use, I guess. Yeah, so I thought pretzels might be better than like chips. You know, crackers could work as well, but pretzels are basically like crackers, aren't they? I think so. Let me move this down here, and then I can get some proper rolling going. I am gonna subject you all to this noise. Who knows? Maybe it'll work. Okay, let's turn it out pretty good, I think. Still, some of them are still kind of being kind of big, but maybe that'll be okay. Oh. Got excited rolling there and I almost tipped myself forward. Okay. Yeah, it did make a lot of holes in the bag. It's like leaking all over the place. Let's get this in one of these quicker. Sooner rather than later, I should say. And we'll throw this back away. Okay. That's pretzels. Still, some of them are kind of big, but I think that'll work. We'll make it work. Okay, let's throw this away. The second surprise ingredient is ramen noodles. Of course, we're going to crunch this up too, and I will put the seasoning packet in it. I think this is just kind of a silly one. I don't expect this to be good. I mean, this is already... Fix my mic. I got too silly with it. This is already fried too. So, you know, I was one of the kids in grade school who did the thing of like buying the packets like this and then just like crunching them up in the bag like this. And then you put in the seasoning packet and it's kind of like a really salty snack like chips or something. But haven't done that in a long time. But what we're going to end up with here, it's going to be pretty similar, I think. The bag is popping open before I can get it as fine as I want it. So I'm going to do this trick again. Which side is the, there we go. Okay. Pop that open. Okay. I think I can get rid of these bowls. Alright, where's the seasoning packet? There it is. Go ahead and dump that in there. And mix it all up when it's in the bag. There we go. Look at all that MSG. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Crunch this up with the rolling pin too. Smells good. Look at all that. I should do it outwards like this. There we go. Almost done, I think. Pretzels. Okay, same problem here. Where the bag, I shouldn't have eaten while I'm trying to talk. I'm an idiot. The bag made holes and got it all over the place, but okay. I think that will work. I think that's fine enough that that will work for a coating. I think I want to put it in a bigger container though. One's a bit small for tenders, so we'll put it in there. Okay. So, anyway, so these are our coatings. So we have the breadcrumbs. That's right. We have cornmeal. We have sesame seeds. We have cereal, cornflakes. We have, I forgot the oatmeal. See, I put them in an order and wrote them on this piece of paper so that I would know like what order they were in after I cooked them. Okay, so we got breadcrumbs, cornmeal. No, wait. Oh, yeah. These are breadcrumbs, cornmeal, sesame seeds, oatmeal. Oatmeal's this one. Cornflakes, pretzels, and then ramen noodles. Okay. Let's use this one. Put our eggs in there. I think 2 eggs is gonna be enough. If not, I'll get a third. Where'd I put my fork? God, I'm such an idiot. I set things down and I forget what they are 2 seconds later. Okay. Where the hell did I put that? Alright, I have a backup. I do. Hold up. Chopsticks. I can whip an egg with chopsticks. It's not a problem. I'll just use that. Alright. Ah! He's broke. Shoot. Alright, I guess I am using all 3 then. Okay. Oh, man. How did that happen? How long have they been broke for? It doesn't look like they've been broke like all night. I put them in that separate container last night, but okay. We can pick these out, hopefully. Yeah. Actually, this part, picking shells out of eggs, is something much easier to do with chopsticks than with a frickin' fork. Ooh, still pretty tricky though. Can I get that? There we go. And that one's tricky. You guys can't see. I got it. Okay. Oh wait, there's still one more. Gosh darn it. Where'd it go? Wait, there's a bigger one. Where'd it go? Ah. All right, screw it. Extra calcium. If any of you know where my fork went, please let me know. Okay. All right. We'll set this over here, get rid of this. All right. So where did I put my? You know where my fork was? It was on top of the chicken that I set out of the way. That was freaking genius. Okay, let's make a little more room here. Move this like this. Okay. Wait, actually, we're gonna move this, move these, move this. Because here is my rack that I'm gonna put the chicken on after it's all dredged. Okay. So the ones I prepared are these ones, and the extra ones are that one. Okay. So we're gonna. How did I do this last time? That I did it right. Like I didn't make a mess, right? I think I do the egg with the left hand and then put it in the dredging and then do that part with the right hand. Okay. So no, wait, this one here. All right. So all of them are going to get the flour coating first. Like I said, this is flour with Montreal steak seasoning, which is salt, pepper, man, I'm stroking out. Salt, pepper, garlic, paprika. I think there's onion powder in there. A whole bunch of good stuff. Don't touch it with your right hand, idiot. Okay. And then we'll dip it in the egg and then breadcrumbs. Okay, let's move this so you guys can't see it. Let me move it so you guys can see. Get it nice, coated all over. Don't need to worry about like balancing using too many on one strip, right? Because all of these are only ever going to see one strip. So why am I calling them strips? They're tenders. Okay, so there's number one. Okay. Number two, into the egg, into the flour. I did it the wrong order. Okay. What did I do that for? It's okay. I have spare. I have a spare strip, so I'll just use a spare. Okay. Into the flour first. Okay. Then into the egg. And then into cornflour. Let's get that all nicely coated. I think this one is going to be kind of plain. Maybe not very good. But we'll see. Okay. All right. 2 down. Third one into the flour. Why did my voice just break there? What was going on there? Into the flour. Into the egg. And into sesame seeds. This one might also be kind of plain, but I bet the texture is going to be interesting. I bet it's going to be nicely, pleasantly crunchy. Hope so, anyway. I might need to grab more of these. I don't think we're Oh, I forgot to switch hands. I don't think we're sufficiently coating. We might be okay. Get that on there. Yeah, this will be fine. Okay. All right. I kind of made a mess on my hands. I'm gonna grab a paper towel here and clean off my gloves. Made a mistake and put the left glove in the sesame seeds, and those things are sticking. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna change gloves. Give me a second here. I got my new larger gloves, so I might as well start using them up. All right. Much easier to put on than the medium ones I had before. I don't mix up my thumb and my pinky anyway. Okay. One moment. Your patience is appreciated. Getting the... no, I got this one on backwards too. I'm an idiot. Okay. Hold up. Ah. It's so freaking hot in here. I have the fan going. Not quite getting me to the degree that I wanted to. Okay. Next. Flour this baby. Get it nice and coated. All right. Egg. And oatmeal. Ooh. That's really thick. This is the regular oatmeal. It's not the instant. I was thinking the instant might work better, but the regular one, like, look better. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's the whole grains. And that does look pretty funky. Interesting. See that? Sorry, I keep forgetting I need to get it like right under the camera. You guys can't see it that well. I think that will do. It's like scaly. It feels like a scaly animal or something. Okay. Put that on there. I'm running out of room on this thing. I think I'll have to do one like at an angle, horizontally, I mean. All right, next one. Oh, wrong hand. That all nicely coated. Ooh, there's a little flap in there. Let's get flour in there. Okay. Now, the egg wash. And then into cornflakes. Get those all nicely coated. This is going to be the interesting one. I hope the sweetness isn't like a complete turn off. You know what I mean? Like I said, I wasn't expecting this to be sweetened. I thought it would just be like the cornflakes, and then you have to add your own sugar or whatever if you want it sweetened. But no. Didn't read the ingredients list until just now. Okay. That really sticking all that well, but we'll say that's good. Okay. Yeah, we'll... I'm a bit closer. Ideally, they wouldn't be touching, but I don't think that's gonna... Oh, I have an extra? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, I prepared an extra. Okay, so even though I screwed one up, like I just screwed it up again. God damn it. Fuck. You know what? Fuck it. It doesn't matter. Probably doesn't matter. Okay, so flour. Gotta focus when I'm making my chicken tendies here. Okay. A little bit more in there. Okay. Alright, into the egg now. And then into pretzels. Ooh, that is coating it nicely. It's actually working really well. Okay. This one, I guess I'll put up here. All right, last one. This will be the ramen. This is kind of a small one. My hands are completely gooped again. I am making such a huge mess, but that's okay. It's okay. Okay. That one's floured. Into the egg. And then into ramen noodles. Keep forgetting to switch hands. Okay. I think this one might come out like really salty. I don't know. Might not be good. I don't have a lot of faith in this one, just to tell the truth. But we'll see how it goes. Okay. So there's the nuggies. Excuse me, the tenders. Put all this stuff away. I'm going to really quick change my gloves again because these are disgusting. I have oil spray. I'm going to spray on them and flip them and spray them again so that they will get a little bit of brown. They cook. Get that, what is it called? Maillard reaction? I'm saying it completely wrong. Get that browning going on. There's been like brown things on this channel. You know what I mean? Anyway. So grab this. And we'll just pop that off. Okay. Flip them one by one here. Try not to get too much of the coating coming off, hopefully. All right. All right, there we go. Into the air fryer. Oh, I forgot about this thing. I guess I'll save it for later. Here. Wrap it up like this. Alright, into the air fryer. We're gonna set it for air fry chicken. So it's doing it at 400 degrees for 11 minutes. Set that aside. Let me clean up this stuff for a little bit. I have a little surprise while we're waiting. Can throw all this away. The trash can over here. You do not reuse breading once it has touched any raw chicken. I'm sure you guys, you know, if you're watching cooking streams on YouTube, I'm sure you already know that. Or Kick or Twitter or wherever you're watching this, I'm sure you already know that. But just as a little reminder, unless you want to like call out sick from work the next day, possibly call out sick from life, do not do not do that sort of thing. Okay. Let me wipe off my fingies a little bit. Actually, let's wipe off this counter a little bit. Yes. I am gonna want to do a picture of this when it's all done. This it's got some egg on there. That's not... let me wet this really quick. Get some of the egg off of there if we can. Okay. Now, the thing I wanted to show you is a toy that I found when I was when I did the Wii box stream. That was the stream I did, I think closer to like spring. It was like April or something, where I basically got a box that I had in my closet that had a bunch of like manga, DVDs and books. I showed that off on stream while I was preparing that, because you know I had to go through the box first and make sure that there wasn't like a magazine that had a mailing label on it with my name, you know, something like that. I mean, you all know my name is Marie Schneider, but like, you know, my old address or something like that. I need to make sure that wasn't on there. So while I was doing that, I found this. This is Wheel of Fortune, a tiger toy. Kind of a fancy one as far as tiger toys go. You know, usually the Tiger LCD games, they have a very precise design. Like they have like a control stick on the left side and then like maybe two buttons, maybe up to 4 buttons on the right side, but it's still like just 2, and then the screen, the shape of them is all the same basically, right? You don't get these unusual shapes, or like a keyboard, right? So I liked watching Wheel of Fortune when I was a kid, you know, a little smart ass nerd. I'm guessing maybe I got this like before a long car trip, just as something to keep me busy in the car. You can see it's gonna be kind of hard to see, but I want you to know, just like where else that except the Marie Schneider channel are you going to see this sort of gameplay action, right? Okay, we'll start round 1. Oh, I have to press enter. Things. Okay, so we'll spin. We always go first. And I landed on 500. So it's a thing. So it's probably going to be plural. So I'll press S. Yes, there's an S at the end. Okay, easy $500. So we'll spin again. What is that? $250. Okay. Like, it's really dim. I put fresh batteries in it, but it's not very bright. R. Maybe just because it's old or something. I mean, I bet this thing is like 20 years old at least. Probably closer to 25. God, how old am I now? Yeah, it's at least 25 years old. Pre 9/11, we'll say that. Okay, this is 600. It's like it doesn't show you like what letters you've already pressed, so you got to keep it in your mind. So I've done S and R. We'll do T. Okay. 1350. Let's buy an E. Things. Let's buy an A. Okay. Art. Articles. Art. Let's spin. $450. Okay, I'll do C. It's too long for articles. Art. Spin. Okay. Can't even see what number that is. Okay, we'll just do L. Okay. Now it does have an AI player. It only does 2 players. In. Okay, so the AI player failed too. Spin. No. Oh, it almost stopped up bankrupt. Okay, let's do M. No. I'm trying to hold it so you guys can see it. You can't. It's not really gonna happen. B. Okay. I guess that's good. That's kind of good. 500. P? No. Okay, they got a free spin. They guessed D, so they're gonna go again. Or I guess not. Okay. $500. Artichokes? Might be artichokes. A-R-T-H-O-K. Yeah, okay. I'll guess K on the next one. Okay. Why would that be things instead of like vegetables or something? Okay. So we'll solve. I-O. Enter. Okay. Winner. Round 2. Phrase. So it's got that. Sorry, get it closer so you guys can see it. Would they guess B? Okay. Buying an A. Back to basics. I bet it's back to basics. Spin. 500. Okay, we'll do K. Yes, back to basics. Okay. Spin. Told you I'm kind of good at this game, right? T. Okay. Spin. I'm a little worried about hitting that bankrupt space. When I tested this out, ooh, those were very close to lose a turn. C. Okay. Oh, I should have done S because there's 2 S's in there. Well, I was gonna solve, but no, don't not bankrupt. God damn it! Fuck. Is it gonna solve? Like, you guessed W? Really? Okay, fine. Spin. S. Okay, solve. Solve. O. I. Enter. Winner. Okay. So I won $800 at least. All right, round 3. Person. That's a big long name. I got the free spin. R. Okay. Spin. S. No S in there. Okay. Oh, I got my free spin. In. Okay. M? No. Okay. What name is that? P? No. The AI doesn't seem to like guess common letters like a human would. Lose a turn. Pfft. T. Okay. The. Is it something? The something? C. No. I'll guess H. I got lose a turn again. Ugh. X. Wow, there's an X in there. Okay. Q. Okay, they're done cooking. I want to finish this first though. H, even though I'm pretty hungry. Okay, so it is something the something. Name hasn't Alexander the Great. L. Yeah. Okay, I'll just solve it. I'm hungry. A. E. A. D. E. E. G. E. A. Yes. I'm pretty smart, huh? Okay. Bonus round, but we're not going to do that. We're going to eat. Got my big plate here. This is bigger than the usual one I use for this sort of thing. Ouch. Ooh. Ah, they're hot. They're hot. Of course they're hot. Yeah. Can I use quick towel? Okay. Ooh, looks pretty nice. Yeah, it's hot. Okay. All right, so we have the breadcrumbs in the lower left there. Get up like this. Yeah, there we go. Breadcrumbs, and then cornflour. Next to that is sesame seeds, then oatmeal. That one is cornflakes, pretzels, ramen. Okay. Let's see if I can get all of these on the plate and looking pretty for the photo. I need to make sure I put them in the right order so I don't forget which is which. Though they can kind of tell them apart from just the external appearance, but still. They feel like they're cooked enough. This oatmeal one is a bit bigger than the others, isn't it? This cornflake one as well. Okay. That's not... Ooh, ouch. I grabbed that like an idiot. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. How can I make that look more presentable? That looked kind of like trash. Let me think. You know what? That's good enough. I just want to eat him. All right, I'm going to disconnect myself here because I need to grab my phone and take the picture. Let me try actually get off the screen for a minute. And then I will remove this from the screen. Boom. Okay. Get the camera going here. One of those will have to be good enough. Okay, so let's start with the regular one. The regular breadcrumb coated one. Give that a bite. We're not going to do this without any like dipping for now. So we got it well cooked in there. Just want to make sure of that for sure, right? Okay. So, I mean, it's pretty good. It's just a standard chicken tender. Very juicy. Tastes like it would go really good with mustard. You know, my favorite chicken tender dipping sauce, really. Okay, so here's the cornmeal one. We'll give that one a try. Let's break that one open too and see if we can... the breading is just coming off. Yeah, it's cooked. It's cooked. We'll say that's cooked. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's not as good. It doesn't really have a lot of flavor. It feels like just whatever flavor it might have had just is missing. Like it's void of it or something. I'm not a fan of that one. Okay. Alright, so far the cornmeal one is a loser. Let's try sesame seeds here. I bet this one's gonna be crunchy. Let's give it a try. Well, it's interesting. Not quite as bland as the cornmeal one because the nuttiness of the seeds adds a good deal of flavor by itself, but still not as good as the breadcrumb one, I think. So we'll say that's okay. All right, what do I have next on my list? I had sesame seeds, oatmeal. Okay, so I tried cornmeal. Let's see if oatmeal is going to be any better in terms of grain meal, I guess. It's all right. Still a little plain. Good texture. But I don't think it's as good as... Okay, let's put these in order. Okay, so number one right now is the breadcrumbs. Number two is the sesame seeds. We'll put this one number 3, and then number 4 will be the bread, the cornmeal. All right, what I have for number 5, I have the cornflakes one, which is this one. And this one I'm a little scared of. It might be sweet. Let's give it a try. That actually works surprisingly well. I'm surprised by that one. It doesn't taste sweet at all. But there's some flavor there, and it's a nice texture. I actually like that one. I think I would do that one again. Let's put it between sesame seeds and breadcrumbs. All right. Next, we have the pretzel one. I think this one's going to be interesting. Let's give this one a try. I guess it's all right. The saltiness of the pretzels does add some flavor, but it's not a big wow. It's roughly equal to sesame seeds. I'll put it between the sesame seeds and the oatmeal. All right. Final wild card. We have the ramen noodle ones. Look at that. You can tell. You can still tell that that's ramen noodles. We'll see how this goes. I'm betting this is going to be kind of flavorful because the season pack was mixed in there with it. We'll see if it works out though. No, not really. It has flavor, but the texture of the noodles is just weird. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one. Let me try the oatmeal again. I guess I'll put it between the pretzel and the oatmeal. Okay. So at the end, I think the good old breadcrumbs is still winning. I guess there's a reason why it's the norm. Yeah, it's real good. And then in second place, we had the cornflakes, sesame seeds, and pretzels. I guess these ones are like roughly the same. You can switch them around. Ramen noodles. And then we're in Blandsville with the oatmeal and the cornmeal. That is my verdict. So, I suggest just don't play silly games and you stick with breadcrumbs or panko when you're making chicken tendies or other things where you need to bread chicken. And that will be, I'll call it there. What else more is there to say, you know? All right. I'm going to bust out my mustard and finish these off as much as I can. I mean, looking at them, that's going to be a lot of protein. I probably shouldn't do it. I should probably save some for later. You know. Anyway. So, in case you didn't hear in whatever previous stream I mentioned it, I can't remember. I'm going to be cutting back on the let 'em cooks. I think I'm going to go back to like maybe like regularly on the first Sunday of the month. And then if I decide I want to do a bonus one on another Sunday, I'll do that. I'm just kind of like running out of things to cook. And the prep time does take a while. Like the prep time on this one, before I even started streaming, was somewhat substantial. I mean, you wouldn't even know. And then like whatever the opposite of prep time is, I'm going to have to like clean all of these, right? And then this whole area here, vacuum the floor because I got a lot of crap on the floor. You know, it just takes time, so it'd be easier to reduce myself with that burden, not have to do it. I haven't been great about doing it weekly anyway recently, have I? Yeah, so we'll cut it there. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'll do a gaming stream on Tuesday. Until next time, whenever, wherever that may be. 無理しないでね。
志賀高原にスキーギャル続々集結中。気分最高。スノーパラダイス志賀高原。
喉いたわらなくっちゃ。明治エストローチは喉の殺菌消毒口臭によく効きます。喉の健康に明治エストローチ新発売。
諸越村お願いします。諸越村ですか？はい。免許証ならありますから。いや、申請書のここにニックネームお願いします。ニックネーム。明治のコーンスナック諸越村。
お豆の父がスープになったのよ。
ホットニュースや。
エンジン解調。
しっかり稼いでね。
健康ポタージュ。
マルサイ豆乳スープ。